Again, this was known even by Ansel Keys, the guy who turned fat into the biggest boogeyman of all time. Ansel Keys acknowledged this in the 1960s. Dietary cholesterol plays no role in serum cholesterol. Again, it took the American Heart Association another 60 years to figure that out, but even now they acknowledge that. Dietary cholesterol has no bearing.
So why is it that it's pretty easy to find studies, or at least people who are highly credentialed from good institutions, claiming that eating saturated fat,
Saturated fat's different.
Saturated fat and red meat, things that are rich in cholesterol, to be more specific, is bad for us in terms of our eventual LDL.
So this is two different things. So saturated fat consumption in many people will raise LDL cholesterol. So it's important to differentiate between what is saturated fat. So saturated fat, of course, is a fatty acid, just so people understand, totally different molecule from cholesterol. Cholesterol is this very complicated ring structure, multiple rings stuck together. SFA, saturated fat, is just a long chain fatty acid that is fully saturated, meaning it has no double bonds. And it can exist in isolation. It can exist in a triglyceride, triacylglyceride, or a phospholipid, or all sorts of things like that. So when we eat foods that contain fat, basically there are three distinctions for that fat. Is it saturated? Is it monounsaturated, one double bond? Or is it polyunsaturated, two or more double bonds? The observation that eating saturated fat raises cholesterol is generally